Good morning, everybody.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good to see you for Messy Church today. And we got some exciting things today. We got a story that Denise is going to do for us in a few minutes. And we've got a song that's going to be live from our house today that Samuel and Joseph and Denise and I think you were singing, aren't you, Zoeanna?
Yeah.
Yep, we got that today. There's going to be a fun game to play that we recorded. There's going to be a craft that Charlotte has prepared a video for us about. That's going to be really exciting. So we're really glad that you're here. If you're here and you want us to say hello to any of you, just say on our Facebook live feed that you're here and we'll say hello to you.
Yeah.
If anybody's got birthdays this week, please let us know if you've got a birthday coming up, and at the end, and we'll be able to sing happy birthday to you. Anything? How's your week been, Zoeanna?
Good. Today I've got my dolls with me, so I've got Annabelle here and Emma here.
Oh, I've got Benjamin. This is my teddy bear from when I was like your age, Zoeanna.
He's
So how old are you?
about like 46 this year.
Yeah, he's about 46, something like that. So we got some people here. Joe's with us. Hi, Joe, and hi, Thomas. Good to see you. We've got Linda here. We got Andrew Denham and all their
Hi,
family.
Andrew. Hi,
They're
Linda.
here. Granny Libby's here.
Hi, Granny.
Is Grandad up yet? Hope so. See if we got anyone else here that I recognise. There are other people watching, but I can't get their names up here, Zoeanna. So if you're watching and you want us to say hello to you, please do that. But it's really good to have you here. It's going to be like 1 minute, so I'm just telling the band. I think, no, it's Denise is doing the story first, actually, aren't you, Denise? Are you nearly ready?
Yeah.
Because we can start the story in just a minute or two's time.
Yeah.
John Stevens.
Oh, John Stevens is here.
Good morning, John Stevens.
Morning, John. Hope Alison's watching with you as well. I'm sure she is. Alison did a great job last week, I thought, with the Egyptian pyramid sandwiches. I made one. Did you see that last week, Zoeanna? The pyramid sandwich I made?
Yeah.
It was very nice. It had bacon and mushrooms and spinach and cheese and HP sauce. It was delicious, that mushroom sandwich. We had a lot of fun doing the crafts. And I think later at the end of this, Zoeanna might announce that we had some winners with the crafts last week. So we'll announce that later. Really good. Rosella's here as well. We got Claire Anderson. Do you want to say hello to Claire?
Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Rosella.
Who else do you think is watching with Rosella?
Charlotte, James, and James. Well, Andrew already.
Andrew and
so
Charlotte will be
Andrew,
there.
Charlotte, and James. I think.
Yeah, and we got
James.
Alison. Alison's just made her coffee.
Yeah.
So enjoy your cup of coffee, Alison. I hope you made one for John too.
Rosella, is your whole family watching?
I expect they will be.
Yeah.
Jimmy might be out playing football. You never know.
Jimmy!
Okay, I think before this gets out of control here, that's enough noise.
Jimmy!
Okay, I think we ought to get on to the story today. What's the story today about? Do you know, Zoeanna?
It is about Joshua when the walls fell down.
Okay, so Denise, do you want to come over to tell us all the story? Oh, we got Katie watching. Hi, Katie. Hope you drag Steve along as well.
Good morning, Katie.
Yeah. Okay. So anyone who wants to be mentioned, give us a mention of your children's name. If you've got children that are watching, we'll give the kids a shout out later.
Or just yourself's name.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Right. Good morning, everyone. Really good to see you. I'm glad you could join us. I've got a really fantastic story to tell you this morning. I've got my box here, my colourful box, and inside I've got a great story. Shall we open it and see what's inside? Ooh. Let's see. I have got a beautiful piece of fabric. Can you see what's on my fabric? There's lots of flowers, isn't there? It's a nice green color. What does this fabric remind you of? Does it remind you of maybe when you go to the park and you see some flowers and trees and the green grass? This fabric reminds me of a story. This fabric reminds me of a special land. A special land that God promised to give his special people. A special land that would be green and full of life just for those people. Now, do you remember last week, Julie talked about Moses and how Moses saw the bush of fire, but it didn't burn away. And God was in the burning bush, and God asked Moses to lead all his special people out of Egypt, where they were slaves. They were there a long time as slaves, and Moses did what God asked him. And the people were in the wilderness, but when God brought his special people out of Egypt, he promised them a special land. Now, they were in the wilderness for 40 years, and Moses had died, but they still hadn't entered that special land that would be green and beautiful, where they would have everything that they needed, that special land that God promised them. So God asked a man who loved him and followed him. This man was called Joshua, and God asked Joshua to lead his special people into the promised land. The promised land was called Canaan. Joshua was worried. How could he do this? There was people there. But God said, do not be afraid and be strong and courageous. In fact, he told him to be strong and courageous 3 times. So Joshua trusted God, and he knew God would be with him. Now, as Joshua began to lead all of God's special people towards that promised land called Canaan, they came to a city. The city that was in the promised land of Canaan. It was a city that had walls. The city had walls that went up and up, and the walls surrounded the whole city. The city was called Jericho. It was a strong city with strong, high walls. And the walls went higher and higher and up and up, so no one could enter or leave the city. There was only a gate with guards, but the rest of the city had high walls around the whole city. Now, as Joshua came closer to the city, he saw someone. He saw someone standing with a sword. And Joshua went to the man who was standing with the sword, and he said, "Are you my friend or are you my enemy?" And the man said, "I am neither. I am the commander of God's army." Right away, Joshua knew that this man was a messenger sent from God. And Joshua fell on his face and said, "I am your servant. What do you want me to do?" And the man, the commander of God's army, said, "I want you to take off your sandals. This is holy ground." So Joshua did as the man said. Joshua knew that God would be with him and help his army to enter the city of Jericho. God gave Joshua instructions. God said to Joshua, "I want you and your entire army to march around the walls of Jericho once a day for 6 days. I want you to send 7 priests. 7 priests with horns to blow as you march around the city. On the 7th day, Joshua, I want you to march with your army and the 7 priests around the walls of Jericho 7 times. And on the 7th time, I want the army and I want the priests to give a long blast on their horns. And when they do, everyone must shout, and the walls of the city will fall down. So Joshua listened to God and trusted God, and he told the army and the 7 priests what God instructed them to do. So the first day, Joshua's army and the 7 priests with their horns and Joshua marched around the city of Jericho. No one spoke a word. Only the priest played their horns. On the 2nd day, they got up and they did the same. They marched around the city once more. Only the priests blowing their horns. No one made a sound. On the 3rd day, they also marched around the city. And the 4th day, and the 5th day, and the 6th day, just as God had commanded them. On the 7th day, they got up extra early. Joshua and his entire army and the 7 priests with their horns got up just as the sun was rising, and they marched around the city 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the 7th time, just as God commanded, Joshua told them to give a loud, long blast on their horns. So as they marched around the 7th time, Joshua said, "Give a loud blast on your horn." Wow, that was a long, loud blast, wasn't it? It was so long and loud, and then all the people shouted, just as God had commanded. They shouted the loudest they've ever shouted, and the walls of Jericho fell down, just like God had said. And Joshua and his entire army and the 7 priests were able to enter the city that God had given them. What a crazy and amazing story. I wonder what Joshua thought when God said to march around the city and play horns. I wonder what his army thought. That they weren't to fight like they normally would, but just march around the city. I wonder what the people in the city thought when they looked over their walls and saw Joshua and his army marching round and round the city. I wonder if they thought it was a funny or silly thing to do. I wonder if Joshua actually thought the walls would fall down like God promised. Wow. I thought we could just take a minute to pray now. If there's anything that maybe you need to trust God with, like Joshua trusted God, or maybe there's something you need help with today, you can ask God to help you because he's alongside you just like he was with Joshua. Let's close our eyes to pray. If you can think of those things now that you want to trust God with, you can tell him now. Dear God, I thank you that you are with us always and that you lead us and that we can follow you just as Joshua did. I thank you that we can trust you always, even things when they're difficult or when they seem impossible. We can trust in your promise. And I thank you that you are with us always and leading us. Help us to trust you and to follow you, and give us help with the things that we need help with. I pray you keep our friends and family and all those around us safe and well, and that we can know you close to us. Amen. That is fantastic. I'm glad you could join in that prayer. And don't forget, if you ever want prayer or want to chat, you can always send a message to Julie or Allison or myself, Denise, on our Facebook page, and we'd be happy to chat or pray with you about anything. We're going to do a song now. Now, this song's called My Lighthouse. We've done it lots of times at Messy Church before, so I'm sure you'll recognize it. We've got some actions for the chorus. But this song just reminds us about how God's like a lighthouse and he can guide us to safety, just like he guided Joshua in this story. Okay? So we're just going to come over here, bear with us, while we tell just this story, or we do the song, I mean. Okay, just bend the cameras up a bit. There we go. Okay, we've got Samuel playing, Joseph's playing his cajon today. And me and Zoeanna are going to show you a few actions, all right?
And do some singing.
You can join in with us. The words will be... Hi, I'm really sorry. I think we lost the audio for all of that. Is that correct? Did somebody tell us that, Joseph? I don't know how you knew, but we lost the audio. I don't know if we want to do just one verse in the chorus of the song again so you could join in. So we're just going to do the chorus a couple times,
We'll
just
have to
for
do it
you.
without the words though.
But without the words, we're just going to do My Lighthouse, but we won't
It's
do
my
the whole song, okay? Sorry about that, everyone. It's a bit tricky going live. Just join in the chorus, okay? And then we're done. Here we go. My life. next we have a game that we're going to show you that you could try at home if you like. Okay, the game we're going to play today is called Throw the Ball at the Wall. All you need is some old cardboard boxes or maybe some cushions or something lightweight. You pile them up and see how many you can knock over. Here's Zoanna, you can come get the ball and you're going to have your turn first. Okay, Zoanna. Ready, steady, go.
Oh, my turn.
Okay, no, she gets 3 shots.
Oh, okay. New rules. Interesting.
Well done. Okay, get the ball and have one more turn.
Throw the ball at the wall.
You've knocked down 2 boxes. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to knock down 2 boxes. We're going to build it up again quickly.
Bruh.
And give Joseph a turn. No, you got to stand back further because you
Okay.
are bigger.
Where, here?
Yep. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, that was vicious. Okay, you get another turn to try to knock over the last box. Oh, he knocked
through the wall.
a hole in the ball.
Through the same hole both times.
Oh,
Alright, let's try again.
the ball went through the wall, Joseph.
I missed.
Oh, that was rubbish. Okay. And lastly, Sam is going to have a turn. Well done, Joseph. You put the ball right through the wall.
It doesn't go like that. You're making it easier.
Okay, go, Sammy. Oh,
Whee!
missed. Nice try. You get 2 more shots. Whoa, Samuel's the winner. He knocked down all 5 boxes.
Bruh.
Well done, Sammy. So you can have a turn at trying this game at home. Enjoy. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that game. You can do a game like that at home if you like. We also had another game me and Zoanna played. If you've got Jenga blocks or any wooden blocks, me and Zoanna divided them in half, and then we had to see who could build the tallest tower without falling down. And we had lots of fun doing that yesterday. So if you want to do that, you can do that, and you can post some pictures on our Facebook page. Right, next we've got a craft, and Charlotte's shown us how to do a fantastic horn or trumpet craft. So have a watch.
Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. For today's messy craft we're going to make a trumpet. So, first of all you're going to need a plastic bottle, a cardboard roll, some colourful card or paper, a plate, a ruler, scissors, pencil, sellotape, and some wrapping paper to decorate your trumpet. So first you're going to ask an adult to carefully cut the top of your plastic bottle, so you should have something like this. Next you're going to grab your tube and you're going to stick it on with your sellotape. So your end should look something like this. Next you're going to grab your plate and your card, and you're going to make sure to turn it upside down and put it down. Next you're going to grab your pencil and you're going to lightly draw around your plate. Next you're going to grab your tube, and in the centre you're going to draw a circle. Next you're going to grab your ruler and you're going to do a bit less than 1/4. I'll show you what I mean when I'm finished. So you should have something like this. Next, using your scissors, we're going to cut it out just like this, and you're going to grab your tube, make an oval, and you're going to stick it down with your sellotape. If it doesn't quite fit, you can easily grab some scissors and cut a bit more if you want to. Next, so it's going to look a bit like this, pretty much. Next, you're going to grab some colourful wrapping paper and you're going to stick it all the way around So this is what it should look like. So next I'm going to show you how to blow it. So you're going to put your lips together and you're going to make this noise. Then you're going to do it in the trump and it's going to look really good. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!
Okay, we're back again live. Charlotte,
Yep.
that was a fantastic craft. Thank you so much. You showed us so well how to make it. We had a little go this week of making our own trumpet. Do you want to have a go, Zoanna?
Okay.
Fantastic. So if you make a trumpet like this at home or anything like it at all, post it on our Facebook page for Messy Church and we'd all love to see it.
Yeah.
And it makes actually quite a loud sound. It does work really well. Okay, Zoanna, do you want to say something?
So well done everybody that joined the competition of making the baby Moses baskets to float. Everyone that joined it will be getting a prize and hopefully it will arrive today.
That's right. So thank you for joining in that. And I think that's everything we've got to say. You can join us tomorrow if you want for church on our church Facebook page. That's at 11 o'clock live, and we'll see you next week for Messy Church again at the same time. So it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye, everyone.